The smallest woman in the world. Hello lovely YouTube family, welcome back to OOB. In today's video we're going to talk about the smallest women in the world. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so you never miss out on any of our videos. Number 5. Bridget Jordan. Bridget Marie Jordan, June 9th, 1989 to June 12th, 2019, was the smallest living woman according to Guinness World Records at 2 foot 3 inches. She was also one of the shortest living siblings according to Guinness World Records, with her younger brother Brad was 38 inches tall at 20 years old. The siblings were born with a rare genetic condition called microcephalic osteoplastic primordial dwarfism type 2. Bridget Jordan was the smallest woman in the USA. She lived in Sandoval, Illinois, having attended college at the Coxsackie College. She enjoyed dancing and cheerleading. She was on the cheer squad for Coxsackie. She wore an infant-sized 2 shoe. Jordan received the record for the previous Guinness World Record holder, Elf Kalkman of Karadali, Turkey, who was measured 2 foot 4.5 inches on September 20th, 2011, but then lost the record to Jyoti Emge of Nagpur, India in December 16, 2011. When Ames turned 18, Jordan was born weighing in at 1 pound 12 ounces and was 12.5 inches long. Her brother Brad was born weighing 2 pounds 4 ounces and measured 13.5 inches long. Together, the two only reached 5 foot 5 inches. Brad Jordan died on February 21st, 2017 at the age of 25. Bridget Jordan died on June 12, 2019. Number 4. Madge Bester. Madge Bester, April 26, 1963 to March 19, 2018, was a former world's shortest living woman. From South Africa in 1991, she measured 65 centimeters, 2 foot 1.5 inches in height. Bester had osteogenesis imperfecta, which is characterized by brittle bones and used a wheelchair. She was campaigner for disability rights, holding a 1998 press conference on the issue accompanied by Lin Yin Chi, the world's smallest man. Bester lived in a retirement village in Bloemfontein. Her mother Winnie, who died in 2001, also had osteogenesis imperfecta and measured only 70 centimeters. Bester died on March 19, 2018, aged 54. Number 3. Jyoti Ames. Born on December 16, 1993 in Nagpur, Central India, Jyoti was the average stature until she reached the age of 5. According to her mother, Ranuja, however, at that point it became evident that her growth was being hampered by some kind of disorder. It subsequently emerged that she had a form of dwarfism called achnoplasia and will never grow beyond a certain height. From the age of 4, Jyoti attended school alongside regular-sized children, although she was provided with a desk and chair more appropriate for her diminutive size. She first came to attention of the wider world back in 2009, where she was appeared on Fuji's TV's Bikuri Shojin 100 Special Number 2. Measured by doctors on the show, she's found just to be 61.95 centimeters, 2 foot tall, confirming her as the shortest living teenager female. Remarkably, at just 5.4 kilograms 12 pounds, she weighed only 4 kilograms 9 pounds more than her birth weight. Jyoti was just 15 at the time, but then her bubbly personality was clear for all to see. Like lots of teenage girls, she loved fashion and makeup. She had been harbored ambitions to become an actress. Indeed, her newfound celebrity was already helping pave her way. Later in 2009, she appeared in a video for a song by Bhangra star Mika Singh and was featured in Channel 4's documentary Body Shock, in an episode entitled 2 Foot Tall Teen. Of course, as gentle giants Robert Wadlow and Sultan Qasim also discovered, having a remarkable size can have plenty of drawbacks. Jyoti's clothes, jewelry, and even her plates and cutlery have been specially made, but she's determined to make her unique stature work for her. In recognition from GWR has played a modest part in allaying any self-doubts that she has experienced along the way. Getting this record has made me feel better about myself, Jyoti had acknowledged. I feel popular, special, and important. In the first flush of fame, Jyoti had talked about wanting to visit other countries. I would love to travel to London and see the different world there, she revealed. America was on her wish list too. She also confirmed I would love to act in films. Happily, all of those aspirations have since been realized. Now a well-established member of the global GWR family, Jyoti has traveled abroad and been photographed on a number of occasions with other record holders, including in 2012. Chandra Bagdar Dagni, the shortest man ever. Indeed, she towered over the 54.6 centimeters tall, 1 foot 9.5 inch Chandra. The two were brought together and to help celebrate the launch of Guinness World Records 2013, the 57th edition of our annual bestseller. The historic event marked the first time in history that the world's shortest man and woman had ever met. In 2013, Jyoti flew to New York City, where GWR's Mike Janella had the honor of being her tour guide. She may be the shortest living woman, Mike stated, but Jyoti Ames is one of the biggest personalities we have in the Guinness World Records universe. True enough. Although shorter than one of New York's fire hydrants, Jyoti drew the crowds wherever she went. Now everything is in my reach, she told the city's Daily News. I put myself in the challenges and I just go for it. In the meantime, Jyoti has already taken steps to fulfill her ambition to become a movie star. Aside from appearing as herself as a guest on TV shows, in 2012 she was a guest on Bigg Boss, India's take on hit reality show Big Brother, and in 2014, she signed up for the part of Ma Petite in the 4th season of the US hit TV series American Horror Story. People like me might be tall and snatcher, but they can also act, Jyoti told ABC News that year. Regular people should not underestimate people who are small. One thing's for certain, with her can-do attitude, sunny optimism, and quiet determination, no one should doubt the scale of Jyoti Ames' ambitions, or her ability to achieve them. Number 2. Lucio Zaharate. Lucio Zaharate, January 2, 1863 to January 15, 1890, was a Mexican entertainer with dwarfism who performed in sideshows. Zarate is the first person to have been identified with Majowiecki osteodysplastic primordial dwarfism type 2. She was entered into the Guinness World Records as the lightest recorded adult, weighing 4.7 pounds at the age of 17. She was born in Veracruz, Mexico, and settled on Agustadero, later Campanola, Veracruz. According to an 1894 article in Strand Magazine, Zarate achieved her full growth by the age of 1 year. Her family home, Casa Grande, is open to the public as a museum. At age 12, Zarate moved from Mexico over to the United States, where she was exhibited for her small stature. She first worked part as the act billed as the Fairy Sisters, later partnering with Francis Joseph Fly, billed under the stage name General Might. To exhibit internationally, in 1889 she was billed in the Washington Post as the Marvelous Mexican Midget, as described as a tiny but also powerful magnet to draw the public. In 1876, published by Oxford University, discussed a visit to Zarate paid by several medical professionals who could not certainly verify that she was 12 years old, but they could ascertain through her dental development that she was at least 6 years old. At the time, her height was measured at 20 inches tall, and her calf was measured at 4 inches in circumference, 1 inch more than the thumb of the average adult male. She was with her parents at the time and found to be healthy and intelligent, able to speak some English along with her native Spanish. Number 1. Pauline Musters. Pauline Musters, February 26, 1878 to March 1, 1895, was a Dutch woman. She is recognized in the Guinness World Records as the shortest woman ever recorded, standing at only 24 inches tall. Born in Oostendrecht in the Netherlands on February 26, 1878, she died in New York City at the age of 17 from a combination of pneumonia and meningitis. At the time of her death, she measured exactly 61 centimeters tall. In the history of the world, little Pauline Musters is the smallest mature woman ever officially recorded. Pauline was listed in the Guinness World Book of Records for having stood only 1 foot 11.2 inches in height. Born on February 26, 1876 in Oosterinse in the Netherlands, Pauline Musters was almost half of her final height, straight from her mother's womb. At birth, she was just over 12 inches. At age 9, the tiny dynamo weighed only 3 pounds, and in adulthood, Pauline Munster weighed less than 9 pounds. Her measurements at age 19 were 18.5, 1917, meaning she had a curvy little figure, and in truth, she had no shortage of male suitors. Pauline began her profession career as an infant. At the time, publicly simply marveled at her tiny proportions, but as she grew older, Pauline took to performing as well. She was eventually known as being an adept acrobat for skillfully dancing with partners drawn from the audience. As her performance progressed in quality, Pauline took on many unique stage names. She was perhaps best known simply as Princess Pauline, and on par with her name, she took to wearing remarkable elegant gowns on stage, with details and stitching so minute that the garments themselves were a wonder to behold. During her career, Princess Pauline toured Belgium, Germany, France, and Britain before being invited to perform in the United States in 1894. She debuted in New York City's Proctor's Theater on New Year's Eve before a stunned and thoroughly charmed audience. She performed with a grace that moved those who saw her. She was a fairy, a tiny regal princess, and a huge stage dancing on where she felt in her heart, and it was beautiful. Princess Pauline quickly became the darling of New York. Tragically, while Pauline's star burnt brilliantly, it expired far too quickly. Shortly after arriving in New York, the diminutive princess contracted pneumonia and meningitis. Pauline Musters succumbed to illness on March 1, 1895 in New York, and the world lost its smallest but greatest miracle. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also watch the next 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. And with that, we'll see you all in our next video. Thanks for watching.